When we planned our Oceania trip, we knew we wanted more than just Australia and New Zealand. Fiji was already on the list, but we also wanted somewhere quieter, less developed, more raw. That curiosity brought us to Vanuatu. After a 3-hour flight from Brisbane, we landed in Port Vila, the capital of Vanuatu. The airport was tiny and old, probably the most basic we've ever seen. This was a reminder that this is still a very undeveloped country, and in the background, there was also the knowledge that Vanuatu had gone through a severe earthquake just last December. Some hotels were still under repair when we booked. Our hotel had arranged a driver, so we were picked up directly from the airport. Once we checked in, there was no big sightseeing plan for the day. We simply let the children enjoy the hotel pool, swim, and play after the travel. As the sun went down, we stayed at the hotel and had dinner at the restaurant. Tasting some local-style dishes and letting our first day end quietly, with the sound of the sea in the background. Day 2, Port Vila Town and Beach Bar. On the second day, we were ready to see a bit more of Port Vila. We took a local minibus into the town center. Port Vila is small and easy to walk around. Our first stop was the local fruit and vegetable market. Because it was Saturday, many vendors were already gone, and much of the food was sold out, but we still managed to buy some pineapples and bananas. The pineapple was incredibly sweet, honestly the best pineapple I have ever tasted. Along the seaside, people were relaxing on the grass, chatting and watching the water. Saad found a playground and started playing with local kids straight away, while I pushed Saku in his stroller along the waterfront until he finally fell asleep. At the handicraft market, local women were very interested in Saku. They played with him, smiled, and talked to us. It was a small but very genuine interaction. Later in the afternoon, we took another local bus to the beach bar right next to Hideaway Island. Hideaway Island is famous for having the world's only underwater post office. Unfortunately, during our visit, the underwater post office had run out of waterproof postcards and was waiting for new ones from New Zealand. So posting a card from underwater wasn't possible this time. Still, the evening there was beautiful. The sand was soft, the water was warm, and local kids were playing on the beach as the sun set. We went for a swim and watched the sky turn orange and pink over the water. As it grew dark, we realized it wouldn't be easy to get back to our hotel. It was quite far away, and taking 2 local buses with 2 tired children did not feel realistic. Luckily, a Chinese family who were also dining at the beach bar offered us a ride. Thanks to them, we made it back safely, and ended the day with a strong sense of how kind people can be on the road. Dioi 3, Ecuador Island. Our third day was dedicated to a slower, more relaxed experience. Ecuador Island, located not far from our hotel. We took a small boat out to the island. As soon as we arrived, we were struck by how clear the water was. Could see starfish, sea eels, and other fish directly through the surface, even from the shore. We had lunch at the island restaurant. While we ate, Saad met another girl and the 2 of them became assistant waitresses for a while, helping the staff with little tasks. She enjoyed the sense of responsibility and being part of the activity, and it became one of her favorite memories. After lunch, we simply stayed on the beach until sunset. We played in the sand, walked along the water, and let the day pass at island speed. No rush, no schedule, just time together by the sea. Day 4, Island Tour with local driver. On the 4th day, we hired a local driver with a van for a full-day tour around the island, a very typical way to explore Vanuatu. The driver also brought his son with him, which made the atmosphere more relaxed and family-like. Our first stop was a supermarket to stock up on water and snacks for the day. Then we headed to a local kindergarten. The children and teacher welcomed us with songs. Saad had brought sweets to share, and she distributed them to the kids, which made everyone very happy. It was a simple visit, but it gave us a closer look at everyday life on the island. Next, we visited a cultural village. We were told that the villagers there live as they show visitors, preserving traditional ways of life and indigenous customs. We saw how they cook, how they live, and how they use natural materials. It felt like stepping into a living museum of Melanesian culture. After the cultural village, we visited a place where we could see iguanas and turtles up close. Saad was fascinated by the animals and enjoyed this part of the trip a lot. Vanuatu grows cocoa on its island, so our next stop was the Allen Chocolate Factory. We learned about their chocolate-making process and tasted 16 different flavors of chocolate. Each one was slightly different, and it was interesting to see how local cocoa is turned into a finished product. In the Pacific Islands, kava is an important social drink. It has a relaxing effect, almost the opposite of coffee. Later in the day we went to a kava lounge and bought some takeaway kava to try in the evening. The taste is not exactly pleasant for someone trying it for the first time, but it is a key part of local daily life, so it felt important to experience it at least once. On our last day in Vanuatu, we still had half a day before our flight. We used it well. First we visited Tana Coffee, a local coffee roastery. Their beans come from Tana Island, and they only grow Arabica coffee there. As a coffee enthusiast, this was a special stop for me. We learned about how the coffee is grown and roasted, and of course we tasted the result. After the roastery we found a small seaside relaxation area, where locals had set up swings under big trees. The kids spent some time playing there, swinging and running around, while we enjoyed the view of the ocean one more time. On the way to the airport, we decided that since Vanuatu is not a very common destination, and probably one of the least likely places our friends and family will ever visit, we wanted to send them postcards from here. At the airport, we bought postcards and stamps, and wrote our greetings, hoping they would travel all the way back home. Then it was time to board our flight and say goodbye to Vanuatu, continuing our journey onwards to Fiji, with memories of a raw, authentic, and quietly beautiful island country that is still finding its way after natural disasters, but already has a place in our hearts.